Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Want to see something cool? Yes, the title is correct. This is Kewl Tune White Forest. I don't know what I named the video. Anyway, let's jump right into it. This is a deck that can do pretty much a lot of funny things. Now there's a lot of locks in this deck and you can't really screw up if you're not careful, but that's besides the point. So one reason why I wanted to make this deck is because I love White Forest and I love playing with various decks that I think might be compatible or that people will just not expect. Okay, now one thing you should know is if you don't know how to play Kewl Tune, you should first learn it before you play this deck. And if you don't know how to play White Forest, please learn it. This is very complicated and it can ruin a lot of, like, you can get locked by a lot. For example, the Kewl Tune has at least 3 locks. You have a lock with Q that locks you into summoning tuners, which means you cannot summon any of the White Forest card except Lucia and Sylvie from the main deck, because the LZ Asmina, the LZ and Astella are not tuners. They are just effect monsters. The extra deck is also, you have 2 tuners, but the Diabell is also a non-tuner, so you can't summon Diabell if you use any of these Kewl Tunes effect. Now that's not all, because even Synchro Overtake actually locks you into synchros. So if you're playing the Super Poly version, which I do have here as well, you must not use Super Poly before trying to use this. You won't be able to use this at all, and if you use this you can't use Super Poly. Also the Synchro spell here, Kewl Tune Synchro, locks you into tuners. And then you have the Feud spell that also locks you into tuners. So there's a lot of locks here. You just gotta keep in mind. And the end board here, what you actually want to get for your end board in this deck list, I'm sorry for the rambling, I just need to get things out of the way, is Zalin and the Diabell Star. So if you have Zalin and Diabell Star, that's this one on the field. Zalin Diabell Star, B2B Diabell Star, because you have like at least 5 disruptions. And you can have as high as 10 disruptions without counting hand traps. That being said, let me show you the combo with this terrible hand real quick. We're gonna special ourselves. Now we can draw, right? Anything, we can draw into anything, could even be nothing. I'll take that. I'll take that. Anyway, you activate this, and right here we can grab this over here. Right, we still have a normal summon. And we can special this up to the field. I'm just messing around to try and see what we can actually have. And now we go into these 2 right here. And right now we grab over here. So that hand was supposed to be a dead hand, right? Dead in the water, nothing good at all suck. But right now we can literally make, yep, a Zalin. So normally that hand is supposed to be a dead hand, you couldn't do anything, but just thanks to all of this you can make a Zalin. We already have a Zalin right here, which is pretty amazing, and we're going to go further right now. So we'll grab the field spell right here. This is not like one thing I want to let you guys know is there is no exact combo for this deck list. You can work with almost any hand you have. Literally almost any hand you have, you can work with it. And the best part, look at the graveyard here. We're going to return the Silvera back to the hand. I'm going to put this toggle on off here. There we go. We have a tuner now for our field spell. This is going to lock us into tuners and stuff. And we're going to tribute this. And now we can special, I think we can special this one, Rico. I think I really want to special the Rico. No, I think I'll special the mix. Yeah, I'll special the mix. I think that's better. Special the mix here, and the mix is gonna grab from our deck to our hand a Q. The field spell gives us an extra summon, so we can grab that right now. I'm gonna grab the Q, and we can normal the Q thanks to the field spell, and use this, and we can special from our deck. Check it out. Right now you can grab the Sylvie right here. You can grab Sylvie, and Sylvie can add to your hand the Woz. And that's a disruption you're playing some, because you can just special and then make a Silvera if you want to. That's a full field flip face down if you want to do that. But instead of doing that, I'm just going to grab Rico and fully go into the what's it called, Kewl Tune plays right now. So that's from White Forest into Kewl Tune. And relax, I know you're wondering, what about this, how useful is it? Chill, you understand very soon how cool this can be. So now I'm going to set this card right here, and then we're going to use all of this, and we're immediately going to go into a back-to-back with this, because we've seen the opponent's hand, they don't really have anything crazy, so it's cool. We can make back-to-back right now. and then this looks at the opponent's deck. And like again, your endboard is gonna like depend on what your opponent has in hand and what you open up with. It's very, very versatile. So this is not just a turn off your brain deck and play. You need to think a lot, because any mistake can ruin everything. So I'm gonna give opponent their computer a lot of things to special summon, so they can have a good chance, even though it's just an illusion. They don't have a chance at all. Anyway, I'm gonna use these two right here, and we'll make a remix. Now, there's something you need to know. This has a stipulation. You need to control a fiend, illusion, or spellcaster monster before you can activate it. And if you look right here, B2B is a fiend, which is insanely amazing. So we can activate this in the opponent's turn. Anyway, we're going to end this and let it begin. And now, this is where the disruptions keep piling on. So for now, all we have is this, and maybe this, and this. So maybe like 2 to 3 disruptions, right? But we're gonna keep going. Now we can bring out B2B. Let's just bring back this island, have a negate, and then we can chain this one. There we go. Also, you need to be careful so you don't lock yourself into synchros and stuff. That can be quite annoying sometimes. And we're going to add to our hand. I think it doesn't really matter. I'll grab the Recall 2-hand. And we'll special the mix right here. And now we can go into the remix. And just like that, we now have 2 Omni Negates, one on field and another, so we bring out this one right here. And Mix is gonna pop that card. So they activate that one, and you know what? So this is what I'm going to do here. I am going to activate this and just show you how we reach into Diabell and stuff. So I'm going to activate this, target the Rosary in the graveyard, and we can negate this other one. And we negate the second effect and destroy it. Normally we would have Scourge and stuff, but you saw what our opening hand was. Our opening hand was insanely dumb. And anyway, we special this to the field, and then we special summon Diabell, because this can be used as a non-tuner. Did you know that? That is just insane. It is just insane that this is doable. And then we can look at their hand and draw again, or we can place a card from, I'm just gonna add to my hand, and now we can grab. Oh, they still have 2 more plays, which is absolutely amazing. And now we can grab this for next turn. So they can still special summon. And here's one thing you need to know. Diabell right here can summon every single one of the synchros in our deck except Chaos Angel and B2B. So I'm gonna just show it. I'm just gonna show it. We send the field spell to the graveyard, and now we can special summon. Watch this. She can also bring back the stuffs from the graveyard. This is just insane. She can bring back, Diabell can bring back everything from the deck and the graveyard. B2B can bring back everything from the graveyard and banished zone. So you don't even have to worry about any of that at all. You just are, you absolutely goated. And also, funny way, she can bring out the remix as well if it wasn't on the field right now. So do I even want to do this? I think I'm just going to bring out from. I'm going to bring out this one right here, and we can go flip everything face down. Here's the funny part. I could have brought out what's it called. I could have brought out this one, and then I special summon Clip and Clip synchro with the track maker into the loudness, and then the clip, or what's it called, the track maker returns the card. I could have done that, but I just decided to flip everything face down. And if the opponent sets all of this, you just wait 1 second, end phase. It's time. Chimera. We're gonna use this one if we want to. I think I do want to. Yeah, why not? We could do piercing with it if we wanted to, but I'm gonna use from my hand 1, 2, and from the field. Why not? we'll pop one card, and because I don't have any negates again on field immediately, so I'm just gonna draw to pop that back row. Sheesh! Special summon from the extra deck. I was out of stars. Do we have anything in the graveyard? No, I'm gonna keep that in the graveyard. It's alright. And going for game with this deck is absolutely fun and easy. So this is what we can do right now. We can win right now if we want to, because all our tuner synchros, these two can attack double times. And I'm gonna just return this one. And now I could even just normal this or rather normal this one and remake that stuff, which is quite crazy. Anyway, I'm just gonna activate this, add to my hand. We don't really need much, but I'll grab this. Normal maxi. That's what I love about this. Hand traps are now like part of your combo. You could literally use Fuwalos for fusion. You can use Fuwalos with any of the level 2 tuners in Kewl Tune. That is a level 2 tuner. You can just use it and Fuwalos and go into your Silvera combo, which is insane. Anyway, let's just win this game, and I'll show you guys some replays about all of this, right? So, do they have anything in the graveyard? If you control blah blah blah, no. Face up is destroyed by battle. You can banish target one of those destroyed monsters, special summon it, then okay. Alright, so I'm gonna just pop through this too. Pop this one. And that's pretty much game, right? Can I do math? Is my math mathing? I think it's mathing. Anyway, just get rid of that stuff. I think I was down. I was losing like one. I was losing one card or whatever. All right, and pretty much game. Bro. All right, we're going to bring back. This is a level 5. We're about to crash and lose from that, so I need to make one of these. It could be any of these stuffs, but it has to be non-tuner for Chaos Angel. Honestly, I'm thinking of removing Chaos Angel and stuff. So this is level 5 plus what? 1, level 1. Rotary again. Alright. And special this one. And synchro into this one. I could have made the other one and then return this. No, one sec. Yeah, I'm gonna make this one. Okay, so we're going to grab. Oh, I think I messed up. This is it's graveyard effect. Okay, place one card. I should have added. Oh my god, I fumbled. I'm fumbling so hard. I had game. You see what I mean by how complicated it is, right? It's so insane. Oh my gosh, bro. It's so insane. The complications. I could have added. So annoyed. I should have added the spell card. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab this. I still added it, so I'm gonna use this. And from deck to hand, I have a level 2. I think I'll grab another one. There we go. And now we can make this with this and this. It still works out. It was just a longer process. Forgive me. Forgive me. It was just a longer process. There we go. And now this is gonna return, and this is gonna banish. So one thing you will lose to a lot with this deck, if you're not careful, is timer. You're gonna lose a lot to timer. So you need to have at least 120 seconds going into your opponent's turn, because you're going to be playing a lot in your opponent's turn. And we still had a lot of attacks, by the way. It was just pretty funny. It's just pretty funny. So let me show you guys. Also, if you remember, before we jump further, this was all possible. This was our opening hand: a draw, an imperm, Russia, rotary, and full wallows. This is what we started with, by the way. One of the most unplayable hand going first in the game. And look at what we ended with. I'm going to show you guys some replays and a deck list at the end. Let's jump into it. So before the replays, for anyone wondering, oh, how good is the deck and stuff, we have a win streak in master rank. I did lose a lot starting with the deck because I lost to timer, lost to some crazy misplays. Then it's removed. Oh my gosh, I wanted to show you guys it. So we lost like I think 3 games in a row, and so it was quite hilarious. But let me show you guys the replay. I was only able to get some replay because, you know, it's White Forest with Kewl Tunes. Not everyone is going to stay for you to play through that. The only way your opponents will wait is if they have hand traps, or you breaked and stuff like that, or they play board breakers like Tempai. Speaking about that, let me show you guys this. Now, throughout the time I played this live on stream, I'll leave the link to the live stream in the comment below, probably. But throughout every single game I played, I got full wallows or maxied successfully, or drilled. Draw didn't really hurt. We don't really care that much for draw in this hand most times. And then I also got, what's it called? I got Nibiru'd by a 60-card deck opponent, which is insane. And it's just, it's crazy. But anyway, this is through Tempai. This was insane. So this was our opening hand as well. Pretty cool. No Ash, because for some reason I never open up Ash or called by going first. When I go second, I probably do. So we got full wallows there. Of course, we changed the Kewl Tune synchro, and then the maxi. So they're drawing 1 for this quick synchro summon, and then they will draw 2 cards for that. So that's 3 cards minimum from all of that. So we added the remix right here, and then we used the remix to go into, or rather, I used the mix to go into remix. Sorry, I lost my mind there. And then with Kewl's ability, we summoned, instead of a Rico, we summoned a Sylvie from the deck because I have Duelist Genesis. So right now, giving them 3 draws, we will have to look at the deck, trust, banish the thrust, and leave them with a Purulia again, of course. And then the Duelist Genesis grabs Synchro Overtake grabs us a clip, or rather a Rico, sorry, and the Rico can add the clip. Now, if I Synchro summon now, they get 2 more cards as well. So, you know, just set this. We have the remix, we have a flip face down, and we have a clip pop as well. So that's 3 disruptions already, or not clip pop, but mix pop. Then we have a clip special summon and can go into whatever we desire depending on the situation. Again, your end board looks lackluster, but you play more on your opponent's turn with this. So anyway, now they start with 7 cards in the hand. They drew 3 in our turn. Another full wallows, amazing, and they have Purulia as well. So they grabbed the Tempai Fuse, but they had all their starters. Sent the Genroku, they summoned Duradura, special summon Genroku, made it level 7. So that's like a Black Rose Dragon, because I saw they already had Chandra in hand, and I am not falling for that. So anyway, I activated the remix effect and special Q and synchro with remix rather, and Rico. They probably thought they were safe, but we're gonna chain destroy them right now. We summoned an ROS, they drew a card. So we did it like this because monsters are unaffected by the field spell. So we chain link 1, the mix to pop the Duradura. This is gonna run out of the field if I target it, so I just need to get rid of all the bodies I can. Pop the Duradura and chain link to Rico, pop the field spell. So field spell is gone, exactly, they ran away. Field spell is gone, and then Dura is destroyed. These triggers to add the spell card. I felt they had a toggle, that's why I made remix first, or rather RS first. So RS negate this. They sent the Pydra to the graveyard because, you know, they are pretty sure we might have a chain to block that. If they send a spell or trap card, we could just special clip and fuse with or synchro with RS. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. There's a lot in my mind, so little to say. What am I saying? Oh my gosh. Anyway, we got Purulia again. This is just a fun deck. I'm super happy to share this deck with you guys. I hope that's why. I hope you understand that that's why I'm speaking like this. Anyway, we made a Zalin right here. I honestly wanted to make a Kraku, but I decided not to because Krakow can look at the opponent's deck and banish one card when it's synchro summoned. When it goes to the graveyard as a synchro summoned card, it comes back and banishes 2. But most people are playing double cards or even 3-4 of their important cards now because of the Unicorn, Cashteras, and this deck banishing a lot. So instead of doing that, actually I decided to go for Zalen just to protect our wars. The only thing we lose to with the wars is a red reboot. And anyway, clip banishes one of the card, a Promethean Princess, useless. So anyway, battle phase special this and flip everything face down. They've already used Forbidden Droplet, so we save. But that's how we survive through a Full Wallows, a Maxi, another full Purulia, and a Full Wallows again. We survived through all of that. Pretty fun deck, but all these replays I'm showing you guys, I don't think we actually got to show the full end, but mainly because the opponent just kept on, wouldn't play. So I'm going to show you one very funny replay through Stun, which is absolutely hilarious. Going second. Alright, going second against Stun. Of course, we drew the Full Wallows, but this is one big reason, and Dimensional Shifter. This is one big reason why we play Imperm in the deck instead of Droplet, because a lot of people are playing things like Dimension Shifter, Dimension Barrier, Macrocosmos and stuff. Droplet cannot work under most of those things. Even Kashtira, Arise Heart, Droplet doesn't work at all against that. But an Impermanence is a lot better against all of this. Granted, they can dodge Impermanence, but because we are not playing as much hand traps as the actual Kewl Tune deck, we need Imperm to serve as an extra disruption and maybe a little board breaker going second. Of course, we are playing Super Poly, by the way. Anyway, so through a Dimensional Shifter and this Tiger King Wang Yu that would have destroyed all our Kewl Tune cards except Rico, we imperm that. Normal Q tries to destroy us, can be destroyed. And because we're under Shifter, any of our synchro effects is going to be negated, and any synchro card we make except Zalen is actually not going to really work properly, because ROS, for example, needs tuners in the graveyard and its original attack is 17, so it would literally just crash. And that's why we bridge from Q into White Forest, grabbing the Sylvie, and Sylvie instantly is going to grab the Wars. And now, battle phase. And then we go further into the Krakow. And this is the best part. Krakow works amazingly well under, what's it called? This dimensional stuff that can destroy. Krakow banishes 600. We are so big, destroy that, and then we have like plays next turn, which is pretty fun. I just wanted to share with you guys this deck. So let me show you the deck list, and this is it right here. So you can let me know if there's anything I should change in this. I made some changes through the plays. I removed SP Little Knight mainly because I didn't really use it. I also had Baron, but I removed Baron and I left the Chaos Angel. So maybe I will remove Baron or rather Chaos Angel and throw in one more of the Kewl Tune cards. So for board breaking, we do have double Super Poly as well as playing all of these extra deck or Super Poly targets, except the other one, not the Mod Dragon, the Garura. So maybe I will remove the Chaos Angel for Garura. I don't know, probably, but we'll see how we can get there. By the way, yes, you can make Chaos Angel. It's going to be with either the Clip and your Diabell, or it could be the Diabell and any of your level 2 like mix. Is that possible? I don't remember, but I do remember making Chaos Angel in my opponent's turn, and it was pretty funny. So this is the complete deck list: 2 Draw, 2 Rotary, 1 Maxi, 2 LZ. I'm not leaning too crazy into either one of them, either the White Forest or the Kewl Tune. It's just a perfect balance in a way between both of them. 1 Azamina of the White Forest, and then this is the Kewl Tune mix: 1 mix, 2 clips, 2 Ash because I don't have enough few hours for a third one, 1 Rico. I'm honestly thinking of playing 2 Rico, but 1 Rico so far has been pretty great because you can always recycle the Rico with Q, and with the B2B you can recycle it with those 2 cards. And then we have 2 Qs. Funny enough, I want to start with Q in my hand, but I need Rotary more in my opening hand than Q, and probably Rotary and Rico, but Q just recycles a lot. It's pretty good. The only problem is the locks into tuners. 1 Sylvie, and then 1 Russia, 2 Full Wallows, 1 Nibiru, talent for board breaking, and messing if the opponent activates cards in our turn. 1 Synchro Overtake, 2 Duelist Genesis. Let me know if I should reduce this to 1. 1 Tails, 1 Field Spell. Honestly, maybe I reduce this to 1 and play 2 Field Spells. I don't know, but honestly, a Field Spell and the field spell and Sylvie is full combo. You will have Diabell and B2B or anything you want on the field. So maybe I should do that. 2 super polymerization. Maybe let me know if the third is better. 1 call by the grave, 1 crossout, 1 scourge, 1 sinful spells that can be added to the hand by either the LZ or the Resilia to go into the Guardian Chimera, which is insane. 3 of the Kewl Tune synchro. Remember, this locks you into tuners, and 3 infinity permanences and 1 woes. I'm not playing any of the other White Forest cards, none of the elves, the trap cards. We're not playing the elves because I found them to be more bricks. Then we have 1 more dragon for the super poly target, 1 sea monster of Theseus, 1 earth golem Ignista for the Malice opponents. I face a lot of Malice, so I just figured this would be pretty great, breaking the Malice board. And then we have Guardian Chimera, 1 Kewl Tune track maker. Honestly, I don't feel safe with 1. Maybe I'll add a second one, or a Garura. 1 remix. This is okay. As long as we've made this once, even if it's banished, we can special summon it back with the B2B, so it's pretty great. Also, we can special this with Diabell, so it's alright, from the extra deck and graveyard. Then 1 RS, 1 Crackle, 1 Silvera, 1 Resilia, 1 Loudness, 1 Zalen, 1 Diabell, 1 Chaos Angel. I honestly think I should remove this, and 1 B2B. So this is the deck list. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for talking fast or writing too much. I don't want the video to be too long. I have so many things I want to say, but I don't want the video to be too long so you guys can enjoy it properly. But if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section below. I will stream this deck playing it again. So take it easy again. Don't forget to leave a like on the channel, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all in the next one. Let me know what other deck you think I should mix with White Forest or with Kewl Tune. I'm really intrigued. Maybe super heavy samurai. We'll see. Bye bye.